Okay, you are most welcome, Bishop John Rucyahana.
You are welcome, Patrick.
It's a pleasure to have you on our live stream again. And we thank you and we thank our viewers to be part of this forum, this discussion, which we are going to be having with Bishop John. Today's topic is about leading with faith. And Bishop John, he will be sharing a profound insights on what it truly means to lead with faith, vision, moral courage in today's changing world. So without much delay, again, you are most welcome, and our viewers are ready to share. You can share with our viewers. We are ready to start.
Thank you, Patrick. I think it's really a joy and a great opportunity to come back again and on the platform to discuss and share and pray with our viewers after having some time of silence because of different responsibilities that we've been undergoing and challenges that we're undergoing, but having now this opportunity to come on again, it's a joy to have this moment together. I hope it's, if we don't mind, we can get started with prayer. Dear loving Lord and Father, we do thank you. We do give you glory for this opportunity to share our deep understanding and challenge about leadership and the ground of the true leadership that we need in our challenging, fast-moving societies in the world. Not only broken, but as the world calls it, but also a changing world, both in positive and negative ways. But we thank you that we are. And we thank you that you have a purpose for our lives. And we do commit our leaders and members of the leadership into your hands for encouragement, for blessing, for inspiring, so that they may glorify your name, Lord, and they also be blessed to be your partners. Bless us together as we share. So, Patrick, thank you for this wonderful choice of topic and theme. The leader, the faithful, faith-based, faith-led leaders we need in our time are the leaders who are having a source of their self-led leadership always brings about problem into the system, but the faith-led leaders are those who are drawing their faith into a given source that inspires them, empowers them to take the leadership, and they do that, have that faith with conviction, and the conviction also is accompanied by purpose, and the purpose, of course, has some expectation of what the result will be out of the leadership, in their leadership. So the faith leadership is that leadership which really embraces those who are being led, the people they are leading. You embrace them. A leader does not lead himself. A leader does not push those he's leading, but he embraces them, he inspires them so that they go together into what he's involving them in. If it's a vision, if it's a destiny, if it's a production, if it is something that he has in mind for the people he's leading to engage, he goes it with them. He does not push, does not send them alone, but he inspires them to do it with him as a leader or her. When I say him, Please don't think it's the man only. It's he, she, him, and whomever God leads, male or female, whomever God calls to take leadership, has to do it with faith and trust that what he's doing will bear fruit. And it's the right way to go. And he has or she has that commitment of knowing that she has a source of inspiration. She has somewhere, somebody above who encourages to lead, as we may be seeing into examples. Then we have also that conviction, which is very committal. Be deliberate. The conviction leads into being deliberate to engage so that you get there where you intend to go to achieve what you intend to do with those people you are leading. Leadership, first of all, we have the challenge. Many people don't get confused about what they conceive of a leader. What is a leader? Who is a leader? What is required of a leader? What are the principles of leadership? There must be an expectation out of a leader. From among those who are being led, they must be expecting the kind of a leader from within among them, from wherever God appoints, or from within the areas of sourcing that leader. They must make sure that that leader is expected to do ABCD for them. And that expectation to be engaging. So the leader, the expectation about the leader is also something that when you are a leader, you should conceive that people have some expectation out of you. But what is important is really to have that kind of faith, knowing that you are accountable. Somebody calls you to do that leadership for a purpose. You have to have that conviction. You have to have the hope that you will achieve some results, not only for you as a leader, but for the wholeness, for the people you are leading, and the result for you and them that you lead. So that kind of faith-based leadership, the one we need, it's actually in this broken world. The broken world in our concept is the world with the difficulties. We shall be having concrete examples. But the man or a woman who is leading should be aware, should be sensitively aware that she has to be relational. She should build the connectivity with the people she is leading. You cannot lead and go alone. You cannot lead and go when the people don't know where you are leading them. You have to build a communication system that inspires them to have the enthusiasm, to have the will, to have the joy, to have the taste of what you are leading them into. And they have to have a sense of ownership. They are not doing it for you alone, but to inspire them to be redeemed, either to be redeemed from the oppression, to be redeemed from poverty, to be redeemed from whatever it is that we are suffering from in this world. To be redeemed from exploitation, to be redeemed from all these evils that we suffer from, to be redeemed from the oppression we have suffered in the centuries. East of Africa, you know what Africa has suffered from, you know the agony of Africa, you know all these things that Africa has gone into. So when you are a leader from whichever background, either political leader or religious leader or family leader or company leader, or whatever it is that you lead, but you are leading people, you must make sure that you are relational. You are not leading yourself. This is exactly what Jesus was saying, that whomever wants to be the leader must be the servant of all. You must labor to let the people you are leading you comprehend, understand, be part of, engage, connect with what you want them to achieve with you. You as the leader want to achieve for them and for yourself. So basically, you get part of what you are leading, and you get them with you to get into the results together. So the relational part of the leader we need in the broken world today, in our African history, in our context. Two, and a leader we need today is that leader who understands the context. The context of Rwanda is unique from the context of Europe, is the context different from America, context from Latin America, context from Australia, context from a unique, different. The context is very, very different. So a leader should not be a leader who is just getting into the cloudy format of the world, the newspaper, whatever. He must understand the context of the people he is leading. What is causing them liberty? Is it poverty? What is restricting their liberty? What is restricting their comprehension, their pride, their development, their dignity? What is draining the dignity of his people? It's not being part of the systems that operate to exploit, to stagnate, to delay, to oppress, to hinder, to delay their redemption. A leader should be understanding, should be clearly understanding, even have a better understanding of the context of his people. That's the leader we need in Africa, the leader we need today in our brokenness. Be it whatever source. And you know, the chaos, the limitations, the people being led astray, being divided into, getting into different directions where they belong together, they are suffering the same conditions. They need the same means of deliverance, but they get scattered in the context. So we need leaders. We need leaders who are redemptive, who are leading people into a redemptive system. So we may need possibly to have leaders. We need leaders who they know what they are doing. They have they comprehend the national needs, the social needs. Be it whatever it is that you belong to, you have to understand the context, and you must be redemptive. And you need to know other partners that may go with you. Excuse me, into that ministry of leadership. You may need to borrow wisdom. You may need to have that kind of wisdom. And you need to be well informed. You need not to surrender because the circumstances are harder. You need to have that. That's why we involve faith here. You need to know that the source of where you draw the courage, the faith, the inspiration, that source continues to supply in your life so that you can be even stronger than ever before. We may see those leaders who led within challenges in their lives, who may be able to not only lead the people who are rational, who go with the people they are leading, they also have the patience, They may need also to be having a sense of security for what they are doing, and they need to have the information of what may hurt their progress in redeeming their people. So these things are biblical. We are not getting these things from just outside, but I want you to get real examples on this way. So leaders need to know people are wise enough to conceive who they are and how they progress. But be it, they have to be at all levels, all spheres of life. They have to make sure that nothing is spared from that redemption, that move of redemption. Be it environment, be it our possessions, be it whatever it is that you have, your people you are leading are having, go. We are caught up into that cosmic redemption that leader we need today. Nothing should be left out. So I want us to see the story of the man of God known as Nehemiah. Nehemiah chapter 4, verses 2 and 3, amazingly is referring to what I was talking about. When he had been favored by the king and given him all the materials and all the things that he needed to rebuild Jerusalem, he was actually it is written that when Sanballat heard that we Jews had begun the rebuilding of the wall of Jerusalem, he became furious and began to ridicule us in front of his companions and Samaritan troops. He said, "What do these miserable Jews think they are doing? Do they intend that to rebuild the city? Do they think that by offering sacrifices, they can make building stones out of the heaps of burnt rubble?" So Tobias and the other people mocked Nehemiah and the Jews who were engaging the rebuilding of their city, their country, giving hope to their people. They mocked them. We need leaders who are not threatened by the mocking teams of the world. When you are preaching the gospel of salvation to your people, you know that God exists. God can redeem your people. God can inspire them. God can give them a new hope. God can give them the purpose of the future, can give them a destiny. Please don't be scared of those who mock you. We don't have to be scared. Here is where the faith comes. Nehemiah, after being mocked, he withdrew and prayed. I prayed, hear how they make fun of us. Oh God, let their fun on us be on their heads. Nehemiah heard with his ears. His people were seeing the people threatening with the power, with the established governments, with established armies. But Nehemiah appealed to, he knew that Tobias and Sanballat and the other people were not necessarily the source of power more than what their God had on them. It's the same with us in Africa. It is the same within our leaders, our religious leaders today. It's the same about the family, the heads of families in our context, in our societies today. It's the same with the heads of our cooperatives and our other businesses today. People get scared when they are in leadership, but they shouldn't give up. They should be convinced. They should do as the Lord, as Moses was encouraging Joshua, take heart. Don't be afraid. I will be with you. I will encourage you, and let the people redeem what they need to redeem, inherit what they have to inherit. Our people need to inherit the dignity, need to inherit the blessings, need to have peace, need to be who they need to be, need to achieve what they have to achieve, what they can afford to produce and have it. But we need leaders who have that faith to know that they can appeal to God to give them the courage to sustain their engagement, their inspiration to the people, and get them into the result intended. Nehemiah didn't give up. Actually, it's amazing that Nehemiah thought not only of continuing the work, but he inspired the people. He prayed in the presence of the people. He encouraged even the people not only to remove the rubble they mentioned, but they removed the rubble, the dirt, the ashes of their city out of the city. At the same time, they continued with the construction. They did not only remove the rubble, they don't only continue to build, but they also had the arms. The guards were there. There were on guards around the city, on the top of hills, looking for the direction the enemy will come. Nehemiah guarded the surroundings of the city. He did not allow anybody to attack and stop the work. That's leadership, protection. A leader protects the people he's leading. A leader conceives there could be problems, and he prevents them from happening. Actually, the intent of Sanballat and Tobias and the others were to really attack them and destroy them, but they failed because Nehemiah knew they would disrupt the project by attacking them. He stopped the attack. He guarded the project. He guarded the people. He inspired the people to take responsibility together with him, take responsibility for their security, their protection, to be aware of the enemy, to expose the enemy, and to continue to have faith that their source of victory is not only their strength, their ability, but there was God above them. So when you are a leader, Nehemiah had even the time limit, he had to finish the project. And he did not only build the building, the walls, the temple, the other things that he had to put right. He also rebuilt the nature of the culture of the people, the worship of the people, the leadership, the social leadership, the social fabric. He guarded the things, he rebuilt the things, he repaired the things that made them who they are. Sometimes it's very sad. It's very absurd. It's very painful when a leader helps the people to dismantle each other. Because we shall see such a kind of a leader who helps people dismantle themselves and who helps them to dismantle what he's supposed to be building. the nation, the people, the oneness, the unity, the future, the destiny. Because he's self-centered. That leader who leads and who moves things around himself, and who thinks that who gets, we shall see it anyway. We shall see examples of such a kind of leaders. We really need to be able to seek God's will. But Nehemiah, in chapter 4 again, he prayed and expressed his faith in God and engaged and inspired the people. And he said that the people, his people, had the mind of work. He had really inspired them. They were building, though there were enemies threatening them here and there, they were committed, singing, working, achieving, hoping at one time they want to celebrate the completion of Jerusalem. And that's hallelujah. When people do it, when they enjoy it, when people do it together, when they know they belong together and they're going to belong together, celebrating the results, which is their lives, which gives them the test of who they are again, their reputation and their dignity. And Nehemiah was able to do that because he really felt the Lord was with him. The Lord had given him the favor. So leaders with faith, what a leader with faith does far above a leader who is self-centered, is that he causes the joy among his people.
Well, as we it looks like time is running out. But I had here a couple of maybe 2 questions. Maybe if time allows, you can ask more questions. But we had a few questions that had been set down for you. And one of the questions was, how can leaders stay grounded amidst corruption, greed, and moral compass? And then another question was, what should the church play in nurturing ethical leadership today? And another third question, maybe you are going to go with it. It was, how can faith and innovation work together for a better Africa? Those are some of the questions they were asking.
Well, thank you, Patrick. I'm wondering whether I can answer the questions right now, or continue to finish the presentation, then answer the question later. If you give us some time, you can retain those questions. And I will very briefly go to another type of a leader, which is actually be answering some of the questions indirectly. We have another leader in Gideon, in the book, in Samuel or Judges. You know that Gideon was one of the Jewish leaders who actually did a wonderful job in Gideon, in chapter 2 Samuel, chapter 7. Let's see. That this gentleman them of their property, killed them, but he led them into victory with 300 people. And the Midianites ran away. But when you come to chapter 8, very sadly, Gideon refused to lead them after the victory, which gave Israel only 40 years of peace. Instead, answering the issue of corruption, Gideon requested them to give him gold earrings and other things that would carry the wealth with them, gold earrings and other things. They tell you, they said that they put a piece of large cloth on the ground. They collected all those golden earrings, and he formed an idol in chapter 8, 22 to 28. He formed an idol and he abandoned God, and he led people into false worship, false direction. And that peace and achievement of the progress and the recovery of peace of their nation only lasted 40 days because he refused to lead. And actually, to maybe be able to come to those questions, when you go to 2 Samuel chapter 21, you realize that there was another kind of a leader during the time of Samuel, known as Saul. Saul was crowned to be a king, but he really led the people into chaos because he was jealous of his subjects. First of all, he was jealous of David, who killed Goliath and saved the Israelites from Philistines. But instead, when they glorified, when they thanked, when they sang good songs of thanks for the achievement of David to kill Goliath, then Saul wanted to kill him because he earned favor that day more than the king had. He performed better than the king had performed. Instead of encouraging him to do better for the sake of Israel, he was jealous of him. So such a kind of attitudes, the corruption that Gideon had of collecting all the gold that they had taken from Midianites and formed an idol, and he built false worship around himself. So he got that corruptive type of social corruption, spiritual corruption, and economic corruption, because they brought tributes when they were coming to worship the idol. So instead of being a leader, a national leader, he chose the gold other than leading the people. So he abandoned the people because of that corrupt act. Then you get another form of failure of leadership in the form of jealousy and hearing rumors as part of life example of King Saul. But also you get a man called David, the shepherd, who was really sacrificing for the dignity, the recovery, the rebuilding of Israel. Then one time at war, his officers told him that he should not go at the front line in battle because he was the hope of the people. It's amazing. The people said, "We don't want you to be hurt. You are the source of our hope. You inspire us. You give us the courage. You love us. You care for us. You put us together. You united us. The Judah and Israel, all the tribes of Israel, you made us one. You built unity. You are a source of our hope. We don't want you to be hurt. We need to protect you. We shall fight. We shall go on the front line, but not you. We need to protect you. You are the source of our hope. A leader, a normal leader, a good leader should be conceived by his people that he's the source of their hope. And they need to not only protect themselves, protect their wealth. They protect even that leadership, that mind in the leader, that love in the leader, that commitment in the leader, that is the inspiration, the wisdom, the flow of the wisdom from the leader. It's not, and that is them, that is for them, that's for their future, that's for their children, that's for the destiny of that society. We really need to be able to see. Then that comes to the question. Patrick will help me to remember those questions. But one of them is, in the modern times when the people are corrupt, how does faith, how does even the church, even the leaders, even the families nurture people who will be leaders, who will be leaders honorable, not to be infected by corruption today? First and foremost, we have a saying in Kinyarwanda that when you steal, when you are having a baby on your back or a baby on your laps and you steal or tell lies or speak hate words, you are teaching that child to be like you. We don't only teach by words, we teach by doing. So one way of raising leaders is really to be exemplary to them. One way to raise the future leaders of Africa is to do it while they see it, you do it, they learn by your doing, they become part of you, they become you by doing and the concept and the conviction. So the leaders, no wonder that some of the leaders in Africa, some people say, I mean, the reality of life, the experience, exploit themselves and exploit their people as much as the colonials did. It becomes even worse when you do it for your own. When you cheat yourself and cheat your own, cheat yourself, cheat your future, and cheat your own people. Instead of investing into these young, needy people and bring them into productive people and raise them by doing, by loving them, by demonstrating, by inspiring them, then you let them, then you see your principle live in them, your principles live in them. You lose them and you lose yourself. Because be it the church, be it the social, be it the family, be it the political, we need to have this concept, this need, the groan of a need to raise those who will succeed the leadership of Africa after those who are today. So when you are corrupt, when you are grabbing things, actually there is a saying that leaders eat with spades, not spoons. And then when you grab things with a spade, you can't put it on your mouth because the mouth is smaller than a spade. Then some of these things drop on your clothes and down. And therefore, those who correct those who fall down around you, they encourage you to bring the spade because you don't take it alone. But you remember that those things that come on the spade are meant for other people who go hungry because you have used the spade for yourself. So that habit should stop. So this is not only in the political, this is not only in the social setting, it's also in the religious. That's why you see what is happening in the religious institutions. Fightings, wars. I don't want to pinpoint any, but all of us, all of them, see what's happening all over in Africa. Why do we need to do it the way of Nehemiah? Yes, but he's doing it to inspire people. Do it the way of David, who was conceived to be the hope of Israel, who united a nation which had split into two. This time he united them. They became one nation again. After a long time in their history, he became the hope. He became